This is how I averaged $3 million per month in sales in my business. This lead generation strategy generates me over 500 qualified leads every single week on autopilot. So if you're tired of chasing leads, here's how you make them chase you. First, the most profitable and easy way to get a ton of leads for your business is to keep it simple and stick to just 1 to 2 channels at first. So back in 2019, we had grown our business to about $5.8 million in sales. And at the time, we only had 2 ways that we generated all of our business. The first one was through referrals, repeat business, and just our organic reputation. And the other was just door-to-door marketing. In fact, we were generating $3.5 million in business out of our just shy of $6 million in business from just door-to-door marketing. One of my clients that I work with, Mason, is on track for about $9 million in business this year, and about $4 million of that is coming from just Facebook ads, and the rest of it is coming from, you guessed it, his organic referral repeat business that comes from all the business he's doing. So the biggest mistake that most people make with marketing is they start doing something and then it doesn't work. And they say, hey, X doesn't work. So then they go try the next thing and that thing doesn't work well. So they say X doesn't work. And I go from thing to thing to thing saying the marketing doesn't work. But the reality is that almost any marketing works if you stick with it long enough to make it work. And so many of these different opportunities you can do for marketing, you can grow so much. So rather than trying to just test things very short term, you really need to stick with things long enough to make them work. I know people who have used any one marketing channel to do millions of dollars in business, and there's maybe a dozen or 2 dozen different ways that people have generated millions in business. You don't need to do a lot of different things to grow your business substantially. You need to do one thing and do it really, really well. And when you do one thing really, really well with marketing, you learn how to make marketing work. And then you take that skill to the next thing. But you don't need to go to the next thing too quickly. You should stay narrow and get really, really good at 1 or 2 things before you start trying more and more things in your marketing mix. So what channels should you use if you want to get a ton of leads on autopilot? Well, every lead generation strategy falls into one of 3 categories. The first one is organic. It's free and it's your most profitable marketing channel if you do it right. About 40% of our business comes from organic sources. That means repeat business, referrals, professional relationships that we have with other business owners who refer clients to us, and just reputation in general, which could include some of our organic stuff that just comes in through our website. There's been a significant increase in how much organic business we've gotten over the years, and there's 4 main things that we've done to get more of this kind of business. Number 1, we ask early and often for referrals. Number 2, we keep in touch with our clients, whether that's through text, email, phone calls, and postcards. We make sure that we're always staying in touch with customers and staying top of mind. Most of your customers aren't going to remember your business if you don't keep reminding them of your business. And number 3, we're always actively networking and creating new relationships in our business, community, and industry. Now, every business should be doing these things. And this has helped, but it's not the thing that has helped us increase our organic business the most. So number 4, this is the most important thing that we've done to get more organic business, which is we've massively improved our customers' experience working with our company. So every business owner out there thinks that they do a great job, right? I don't talk to any business owner where I say, hey, do you do a good job? And they say mediocre, probably subpar. Almost everybody thinks they do a good job. But then most customers don't think businesses do a great job. Just look for your own experience. You're a customer to tons and tons of businesses. How often are you truly impressed and blown away by a business? If you're like me, it's not often. So what we really went to work on as a company is how do we become that rare company that leaves an amazing impression on customers? So how we did that is we just started really nitpicking our entire customer experience every single step of the way and started to seek out the most critical feedback we could from customers. And this has been a challenging process, but it's been the most rewarding part of improving our business. When you get really good at generating organic business, your business explodes because every single customer you bring into your business is more valuable because you're not just getting that customer. Now you're getting that customer and their referral. And as you get more repeat business and more referrals, your customers are worth more. When your customers are worth more, you can spend more money on more marketing to get more of those customers. So when you create a better customer experience than anyone else in your industry, you will get more organic business and referrals and repeat. And when you do that, you can spend more. And when you spend more, you beat your competition. And that's how you ultimately will get bigger than the other people in your business. Channel number 2 is paid advertising. This is the fastest way to bring new leads into your business. This generates us about 35% of our business. And for our purposes, let's break it down into 2 categories. There's paid advertising through social media and then paid advertising through lead gen. We get more business through social media, but we use both. Social media, we're talking about paid ads on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, all the social media sites. And what's great about paid ads on social media is, number 1, you can scale it really big. Like you can spend a ton of money and really ramp this up, like Mason, who I shared earlier, who's doing $30,000 or more a month on just Facebook. The second thing that's really nice is you can get in front of your customers. So it's really easy to target and get in front of your ideal customers because pretty much everybody's on social media. And then number 3 is it's really easy to do a better job than your competitors are doing on social media. So it's pretty easy to compete for the attention on social media. So lead gen companies exist in pretty much every industry out there. So lead generation companies basically market to your customers and then sell those customers to you. So what's really nice about lead gen businesses is you're paying for a customer and it's pay for a result. Here's exactly what to do if you're under 2 to 3 million a year in business. You can immediately start setting up lead generation channels for you. It's literally like a call and you're set up and you can start trading money for leads. That's really easy to do. And then you find one social media channel. Where are your customers? For home service companies like Facebook and Instagram is where it's at. So you go to that channel and then you just start going all in on it. So this is not something you just hire away to somebody. You start to just show your work, show your face, get social, create good stuff, try to stand out. And the key to doing better than your competitors are doing on these channels is just putting the effort in, putting the time in, and really caring about the creative and the message that you're putting out. Your job is to stand out and just make better content than the other people who are making content. And that's how you win on social media. Finally, the third channel in my lead generation system is visibility. Because if they can't see you, they're not gonna buy from you. We call this local marketing for a home service company. So I wanna tell you a story about Ray. Ray's a project manager of ours. He lives on a farm and he has a barn, and his barn got destroyed and he needed to build a new barn. And the day that I talked to Ray and found out he needed a new barn, I was sitting at a stoplight after dropping my kids at school, and I saw this sign and it said, "We build barns." So I took a picture of that sign and I texted it to Ray. Ray called those people, they went out, met with Ray, and then Ray hired them to build his barn. So the lesson is, you don't know when your customers are going to need you. And when your customers need you, are you visible? Like, do they see you when they need you? And so the game here is just to make sure that we are ever present, like we are seen when our customers need us. So for a local company, that could be things like lawn signs, billboards, flyers, direct mail, branded vehicles, and door-to-door marketing can all be included in that visibility section. If I'm not a local company, it can include things like podcasts, videos, collaborations, speaking in other people's communities, guest events, Facebook groups. One of my coaching clients, Brett, generated $500,000 directly attributed just to the lawn signs he puts up last year, and he spent less than $20,000 on those lawn signs. It was an amazing return on his investment. Being visible when your customers need you is always gonna work. But we're not done yet. Once you've established the lead generation channels that you're going to focus on, you need to fix the number one mistake that most business owners make that causes their marketing to fail. So I wanna tell you a story about how we got our Facebook advertising to work. So we spend today over $100,000 a month on Facebook, and it's highly profitable, it's highly effective for us, it generates us a ton of business. But it took us about 18 months for us to get here. And frankly, it shouldn't have taken us that long. We kind of sucked and we made this mistake that I see so many people make. So what we did is we wanted to scale Facebook. So we hired a Facebook marketing agency. They had good reviews, they seemed like they knew their stuff, and we hired them, and after 3 months, it didn't work. So we hired another one, and after 3 months, it didn't work. And we hired another one, and another one, and another one. And we have probably worked with 7 or 8 different agencies who have run our Facebook ads, all of whom had like a good track record or had good reviews or good referrals, and we kept trying to hire them away. And the mistake we made made was not being involved enough. What finally got our marketing to work is when we got incredibly involved. We're making a ton of the ads. We are looking at the ad accounts. We are sending them constant feedback. It's this really unique part of our business where you can hire it away. You can't hire away the delivery of your service. You can't hire away the sales process. But in marketing, it's everywhere. Like, there's so many marketing companies. Hey, we just do your SEO for you. We just do your marketing for you. We just do your Facebook ads. We'll just do this. We'll just do that. And so you live in the illusion that I can just hire somebody and they'll just get it done for me. But the truth is that nobody knows your business better than you do. Nobody knows your customers better than you do. Nobody knows the message you send that resonates with your people better than you do. And you've got to get involved in that process. When you hire a marketing company, they don't know all the data that you're seeing on your end. So for example, someone running Facebook ads for you, they just see the Facebook dashboard. They don't see the conversations you're having afterwards. They don't see the data in your CRM in the back. It's your job to send that information back. This is not just a mistake that people make with Facebook. This is a mistake I see people make, and we've made time and time again with marketing across the board, is I don't invest heavily enough in mastering the marketing myself. But you have to get good at marketing. Just like you have to get good at selling your product or service, and you have to get good at delivering your service, you also have to get good at marketing your service, and you've got to be involved and not just hand it off. You've got to do it because you're the one who knows your business and your customers more than anyone. Even after fixing this problem, your marketing still isn't going to work unless you're doing this. This is one of the other most critical mistakes people make with making their marketing work for their business. So I want to tell you a story about one of our painting companies. So Foothills Painting, about a year and a half ago, we really went to work on one thing, which was we wanted to improve the conversion from lead to appointment. And the only thing we changed was we started to get really aggressive about the speed to the lead. Like, how quickly do we call a new lead? So running a home service company, leads are coming in all the time, and sometimes you're getting 4 at a time, and sometimes an office manager is doing other things, and it was really challenging to get to every lead really quickly. But the only thing we focused on for about a month was calling our leads faster. And the result of focusing on that for a month was about a 20% improvement in our lead conversion. So what that meant for our business was a 20% increase in sales. So what most people don't realize and don't work on with marketing is that marketing requires you to optimize the full funnel. There's no such thing as like marketing that works or marketing that doesn't work. All marketing works, but you have to make it work. And so when we look at marketing, we're not looking at just lead and sale. We want to look at every step from the money you spent to the money you made, which means how much did we spend? How many leads did we get? How many appointments did we do? How many deals did we close? What was the average ticket on those deals? And what was the total sales? When we track all of those data points, initially, you might have something you're doing for marketing that's not working. You're spending too much money to make a sale. But then you see, wow, if we just improve our lead conversion a little bit, and we just improve our sales a little bit, and we just get the average ticket up a little bit, suddenly it totally works. So the way that you make marketing work is you improve all the little metrics through the whole sales pipeline to get more sales out of the leads that you're generating. The best marketers in the world focus on the entire business because they know that for marketing to scale and grow, every little step through the customer journey matters. How many of the leads we get turn into an appointment? How many of those turn into a sale? How many of those turn into a happy customer who gives us referrals and gives us reviews and it becomes a repeat customer? And how much do those people spend with us? And how often do they spend money with us? Because all of these things allow the marketer to spend more money and acquire more clients on the front end. You can double your sales performance on marketing while spending half as much money when you focus on optimizing that full sales pipeline for your marketing. And that's how you make any marketing work. Finally, here's what separates the winners from the losers in marketing and how to win long term. So I'm gonna tell you a story about Jeff, who's one of my clients, and what I told him the other day. So Jeff is just starting his business and he was asking questions about marketing. And I said, Jeff, what's your budget for marketing? He said, Eric, I don't really have one, like whatever it takes. said, Jeff, I think that's the right answer and the right attitude to have. And here's why. Because with marketing, you have to figure it out. You know, it took us 15 months, 18 months to get our Meta ads and our Facebook ads to be where we wanted them to be. For a long time, we were literally running ads to break even on the money. Like we weren't even making profit on them. But every month it got a little better, a little better, a little better. And so with a lot of marketing, you're going to spend money and not get great results at the beginning, but that's okay. In month 1, we might spend $5,000 and make no sales. But then in month 2, we spend $5,000 and we make $5,000 back. Month 3, we make $5,000 in sales and get $10,000 back. And by month 4, we're spending $5,000 and getting $15,000 or $20,000 back. And now, after 4 short months, you have a new channel that gives you business over and over and over again. Your business cannot outgrow your marketing. And if you quit on marketing too early, you cut off that channel forever. So most people massively underinvest in solving marketing problems with a single channel they're working on, and therefore cut that off forever. Can't tell you how many people I've talked to who said, oh, lead services didn't work for me. Facebook didn't work for me. Lawn signs didn't work for me. Fill in the blank didn't work for me. My answer is it didn't work yet. You have to stick with marketing long enough to solve it and long enough to figure it out. And remember that whatever you lose and whatever losses you have along the way, get paid back when you get a marketing channel working efficiently, because ultimately what you're building with your business is you're building a machine that generates cash for you. And the limit to how much cash it generates for you is how many leads you have coming in the front end. So don't quit early on solving your marketing problems. Stick with it, optimize the full funnel, and stay focused on one thing at a time to build your skill for becoming a master of marketing. If you like this video, be sure to check out how I would go from 0 to $1 million in 12 months.